Which brings me to the one I wanted to raise. By now you figured out that Gloria has a great sense of humor. And part of what I think, my view is that healing is the most powerful form of healing is laughter. You have used humor very constructively, I think, your whole career. I mean, some of your finest moments are some of your one-liners, as you know. Talk a little bit about laughing.
I don't know. So you've asked me that before, and I really think that, for me, humor has been, I've been fat all of my life. And for those of you who have been fat, or have little fat brothers and sisters, I think that humor has been a protection. I mean, it's one of the ways of being included. It's a way of avoiding rejection. I really think that that's what it's about.
That its early roots were there.
Right, yeah. I mean, see, you have forced me to reflect on that area.
I know it's really tacky of me, isn't it? I'm sorry. Pat had suggested I leave some time for the audience to speak, but before I do that, I have this one last thing that's important to me. I know November 4th, 2008 was an important day for you, and I think it was for the whole world, personally. And I think we shared in this extraordinary historical event. And if you'd be interested in sharing some of your thoughts about that with this group, I'd like to give you that window.
Well, I think like many, many folks, you wish for the ones who are not here, that they could have, I thought about Rita and Elizabeth Carnegie and Mary Harper and my parents. My stepfather died last year. He was 99, and it would have been great if he could have lived to have this experience. And I think that was happening in homes across the nation. Yeah. People yearning for loved ones who would have cherished the moment. It's just wonderful. To me, what it represents is growing up of our nation. And I am so, like the president-elect's wife, I'm just so proud of what we have accomplished. It would be great, when I worked for Kellogg, I traveled all over. And one of the wonderful experiences was going back and forth to South Africa and to be present before they abolished apartheid and afterwards. And this moment reminded me so much of the first election in South Africa, and to see the pride and the joy in the faces of voters across the nation and those who rejoiced with us across the world. It's just a wonderful moment.
Yeah, it's extraordinary, which we haven't figured out yet, I think.
No, I mean, in a way, I'm still numb.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would be nice if there are people who would like to ask you questions, if you would hear them. I believe we have mics.
People are probably sick of me.
No, I don't think so. I think they're rather entertained, actually, right? See, look at this.
I'm sorry I don't have a microphone, but I am dying to hear why you got fired from Prairie View.
When she passed on it twice, I thought, okay.
I'm an Arkansas girl, and I just want to hear this story. I know it's going to be good.
I took a job at Prairie View as the assistant dean of the undergraduate program. My husband was in Korea. And I went to visit with a friend in Houston who was telling me how wonderful Houston was. Oh, you've just got to come. They had been in the military and had retired. So I wrote my husband and I said, I went to visit the Oregons, and they're having such a great time in Houston. I think I want to live there. So he said, whatever. So I went up for a job interview, and they hired me at Prairie View as the assistant dean. So I moved with my little poodle and my sister. And I get there, and it was a dumb, first of all, it was dumb on my part to accept this job, okay? I didn't do enough homework. So I made a dumb decision. And I got there, and school was going to start in just 6 weeks. Nobody oriented me, so I started orienting myself. And I was driving back and forth from Houston to Prairie View, which was 52 miles or whatever, in a carpool with some faculty. And every day, they would ask me the same question. What is your job? Well, I didn't catch on. And I would say, I'm the assistant dean and the chair of the Department of Community Health. And they said, Well, after I wasn't oriented, and this had been happening, I started reading the faculty minutes only to learn that the lady's car that I was riding in every day, that was her job. And she had not been told that she didn't have it. Okay, that was the first thing.
That's a clue, yeah.
That was the first thing. And we were working on making some... I had to struggle with trying to plan for these students who were coming in, and I was making adaptations so they could have their experiences in maternal and child health nursing, and I had incorporated community experience as well as the hospitals, et cetera. Anyway, that was going pretty well. And I didn't realize that it was the dean saw the faculty as we and they, us and them. I didn't, because she was hardly ever there. And I thought as assistant dean, I had to develop a relationship with them, understand what their various roles were, so I was doing that. And she was getting angrier and angrier. First, she had to be crazy. But anyway, the salesman was visiting, and she was busy ordering stuff for her new office, which was going to be upstairs. She was going to sit up over us like the Lord of the universe. And she ordered this huge desk. I mean, it was a corporate executive desk where you could have like 8 chairs around it. She'd sit on one side and, it was a half moon. Real elaborate, expensive. Oh, she was ordering draperies and shears and whatever. And there we were downstairs trying to organize classrooms and didn't have chalkboards. It was ridiculous. And so the salesman came in, and I was standing there. Now, you guys won't believe this.
I probably will.
They brought in her elaborate desk, and he had a drape cloth over it. And I leaned on it, talking to somebody about how we were going to arrange this classroom. And he says, "Get off of that. Don't lean on that. This is expensive furniture." And I said to him, "This is a school of nursing. This is not the place for expensive furniture." Well, he ran up and told her. She was spitting mad, furious. So she summoned me. I thought she didn't come down, she summoned me. And when I went up, she started carrying on about how I was disloyal and yak, yak, yak. And guess what Dum Dum said? "Well, I don't have to take this. I can quit." And she said, "I accept."